Hi friends, in this video we will learn how to open and close a file using Python. A text or a binary file can be opened using the built-in open function. The function accepts two arguments, path and mode, where path is a required string parameter specifying the path of the file to be opened, and mode is the optional string parameter which specifies the mode in which the file has to be opened. It defaults to string R, which means that the file will be opened for reading in text mode. The path argument can be a string specifying either an absolute path like users, documents, fname.txt, which is the absolute path of a file fname.txt that can be opened by the Python script from any location as long as it is in the same system, or it can be a string specifying the relative path, like fname.txt is the relative path of a text file residing in the current working directory where the Python script is being executed, or .fname.txt is the relative path of a text file outside the current working directory where the Python script is being executed. Let us move on to the next parameter mode, which is a string specifying the mode in which the file has to be opened. Let us go through the available modes in detail. We make a list of various attributes on which we will compare the different modes. The last two attributes, position start and position end, denote the position of the read-write pointer when the file is opened in that mode. Read mode R opens an existing text file for reading. Write mode W creates a new text file for writing if it does not exist, or truncates or empties the file if it already exists. The mode X is same as mode W, but instead of truncating an existing file, it raises an error if the file already exists. It is useful for cases where you do not want to accidentally overwrite an existing file. Finally, the append mode A opens an existing file for appending new data at the end, or it creates a new file and opens it if the file does not exist. On adding the character B to these modes allows us to open a file in binary mode. RB opens the file in binary and read-only mode. WB opens the file for writing in binary mode. Similarly, XB and AB opens the file for writing and appending in binary mode. Adding the plus character to the previously discussed modes allows both read and write operations on a file. Since both operations can be performed, a new attribute which comes into play is whether you can move the read-write pointer to a new position or seek a new position and perform write operations. R plus opens an existing file in read and write mode. It throws an error in case the file does not exist. When the file is opened in this mode, the read-write pointer is at the beginning of the file. As new data can be overwritten on top of the existing data, the position of the stream has to be moved to the end of the file before writing. The W plus mode opens the file in read and write mode. It creates a new file if the file does not exist, or truncates the contents of the file if it already exists. The mode X plus is same as mode W plus, but instead of truncating an existing file, it raises an error if the file already exists. It is useful for cases where you do not want to accidentally overwrite an existing file. The A plus mode opens the file in read and write mode, where the position of the read-write pointer is at the end of the file. It also creates a new file if it does not exist. Although the read pointer can seek any position in the file, but only read operation can be performed from this location. And any new data that is added using the write is always added at the end of the file. Binary files can also be opened in read and write modes via R plus B, W plus B, X plus B, and A plus B modes. Once the read and write operations are performed on the file object returned by the open function, it can be safely closed using the close method. Let us take an example. Let us open a file n.txt in read and append mode by executing f equal to open n.txt, a plus. Now, we can close the file object by executing f.close.